there! My name is Mia. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And I love Bob's Burgers more than anything on the planet. Bob's Burgers is one of my favorite shows ever, period. I started watching it when I was in middle school. A friend introduced me to it, and ever since then I have just been obsessed. It is my comfort show. It is the show that I turn on when I'm feeling stressed or anxious. I've seen pretty much every episode and I have a good memory for every episode, and I rewatch it constantly. I watch it almost every single day, and that's why I got the idea laying in bed one night that for the channel I wanted to rank Bob's Burgers side characters. I didn't want to do any of the main characters because I feel like I love them all so much equally, but I will openly say on the channel my favorite main character is Tina. All of my favorite episodes are usually centered around Tina. I feel like teenage girls are usually put down a lot in the media and put down by a lot of people. I think their interests and their hobbies are usually made fun of. So it's just so amazing to see a show that uses a character like Tina to really celebrate being a young girl. But at the end of the day, I love all the characters equally because as much as I say I love Tina, I just love them all. So I thought it would be a bit more interesting to talk about the side characters because the side characters also add a lot to the show, and I just wanted to share my opinions. Once again, this is my channel. I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want. And I would watch someone do this, so that's why I'm gonna do it. Also, you shall notice the change of location, new location unlocked. For those of you that don't know, my brother is a musician for a living. He lives in Austin as well, and he asked my parents if he could make a home studio out of his old room, and that's where we're sitting today. In the process of making his home studio, he stole my desk. He took it because he wanted it for the studio, and I also wasn't living back at home yet, so it just made sense. So now this is the only place that I can really have a desk. Literally right before I started filming, they had a whiteboard back there with their whole new album on it, and I realized as I was checking my framing that I had to take it down. So Luke, just for the record, I did not accidentally dox your whole album. You're welcome, I guess. Sister of the Year. Anyways, let's get straight into this. I was a little biased with who I chose and who I didn't chose because I know there is a lot of side characters on Bob's Burgers, so you definitely will notice that I definitely picked ones that I had more of an affinity for. And I kept the tiers at S, A, B, C, and D, but I added little things to it just because I wanted it. I just wanted more adjectives, I don't know. For D is dull, then it's C, cute, B, beautiful, A, amazing, and S is slay. Because of course it's slay. All right, I guess I'm just gonna go in order of everyone. I'll try and make it easy. Maybe I won't, I don't know. First, we have Andy and Ollie. They're definitely not my favorite, but they do make me laugh. I feel like they're solid B tier characters. I definitely would miss them if they weren't around, and they give me a laugh. Teddy's basically a main character. Now that I'm kind of looking at this again, I do feel like he is kind of a main character, so I kind of feel bad for putting him on here. Teddy makes me laugh, but he's not my favorite. He is an essential part of this show though. And I do feel like I would miss him if he was gone. But I don't know, maybe I'm gonna put him in B tier for now too. But I'll put him above Andy and Ollie. Can I do that? Yeah, there we go. This is what I was talking about when I said I was a little biased. I included one of Zach Galifianakis' characters from God Rest Ye Gentle Mannequin, which I think is in season 3. It's the Christmas episode. Probably my favorite out of the Christmas episodes, even though that's really hard to say too. I think he's so funny. He's just so freaking funny. Well, if I wasn't a mannequin, Bob, then why don't I know how to use a computer? Explain that. He really makes me laugh. I think he's so funny. I'm just gonna put him in S because I really love him. Courtney makes me laugh too. I like Courtney, but she's not a necessarily essential, so I'm gonna put her in C. I like Critter. I like Critter and Mudflap. But they're also I don't know. Do they add much? I don't know. He's gonna be the first in my D tier. Daryl, voiced by Aziz Ansari. I really like the episode Can't Buy Me Math with him and Tina. He makes me laugh in that. And he also makes me laugh in the Fortnite episode, but I could live without him. I'm going to put him with Courtney. I would put him on the same level with Courtney. You know what? Dr. Yap is going in D, for sure. Because I always feel like I want him to be funnier than I think he is. And he's actually not in a ton of episodes. I like that episode with him and they go skiing with Aunt Gail and everything like that, but I feel like I want more from him. Edith. I like Edith. Edith does make me laugh. I like that episode where her and Bob run around stealing her quilt squares. I'm gonna put her in B. She makes me laugh. I'm gonna put her at like the top of B. Also, Felix Fischoeder, this is also Zach Galifianakis, which I don't think I realized until later. Felix is funny. I liked him in the movie in C tier, and he gets to go at the top of C tier. Gail gets on my nerves sometimes. Sometimes I just can't with Gail, but she's also like so funny. And I love that episode where all the children tell their little stories to fight over who can go with her to like that cat circus. She's gonna be B tier too, but towards the bottom of B tier. Oh my god, Gretchen! I actually love Gretchen. I think she's so funny. I think I would put Gretchen in like a B. Hugo doesn't really make me laugh. I don't know. I like Hugo in that episode where with the nude beach episode. Hugo is very funny than that. But overall, he does not, I don't know, he doesn't make me laugh too much. I might put him, I don't want to necessarily put him in D, so I'm going to put him at the end of C. This is another bias opinion too. I put Jericho in there. I forget what the episode's called, but when Tina goes to horse camp, that's Paul Rudd, and he's so good as Jericho. I like her little imaginary friend. I'm going to put it in A. He's going to be my first A tier. I love Jimmy Jr. He does make me laugh. Did you guys know that the guy who voices Jimmy Jr. got caught at the January 6th riots? And that's why he like hasn't, I think it's not I don't know if they got a new guy or what, but I know like Jimmy Jr. hadn't been in a few episodes because that guy got caught at the Capitol. Maybe I might put him next to his brothers, but I kind of want to, I don't know. I'll put him next to his brothers. Because to be fair, he's not very kind to Tina, is he? Jocelyn gets to go at the top of D. Jocelyn makes me laugh. Jocelyn! But also, I could live without her. She could go away and I could not notice. Marshmallow has to go in A. Like, there's no choice but to put Marshmallow in A. She's too good. This got cropped, but this is Boys for Now, and Boys for Now is an automatic slay. Any episode with the Boys for Now, it's my favorite. Automatically, all of the episodes like Bye Bye Boo Boo, all of that, all of my favorite episodes. Right now, I'm just gonna tell you. Also, I am also very biased in saying right here and right now, Mickey is my favorite, like Bob's Burgers side character. I love Mickey so much. He just makes me laugh. I was really sad that for the movie they didn't get Bill Hader to voice him. I don't know why. Specifically when Mickey was voiced by Bill Hader. I love Bill Hader and I think Mickey is so funny. Any episode with him I also just love. He is top of my S tier. Oh my gosh, Mr. Ambrose. Mr. Ambrose is voiced by Billy Eichner. He's a little annoying sometimes, but for the most part he's just like a funny, like angry character. That's just kind of what he does. Oh my gosh, this lineup that we have now of characters, it's about to get hard. Mr. Fischoeder, that episode, I think it's Nice Capades, whenever Louise does the dancing ice show for the Santa and stuff like that. Whenever Mr. Fischoeder gets on and he sings on the piano, he goes, "Oh, bourbon. Oh, bourbon. Oh, bourbon. Oh, bourbon." It's like, literally, it's my parents and I, like, it's our favorite thing ever. And also, the Christmas episode where they build the gingerbread houses, that's also one of my favorites. I love Mr. Fischoeder. Mr. Fischoeder gets to go in S, because I like a lot of the episodes that he's in. Mr. Frond gets to go at the top of A tier, because I don't think you could have this show without Mr. Frond. Nat gets to go towards the top of A tier, because she's so funny. I don't know who voices her. Whoever voices her, hilarious. Love Nat. And I love the way that like Louise is obsessed with her. Regular size Rudy slay. I love regular size Rudy. I love one of the first episodes you ever get introduced to him It's when they go on the field trip and Bob like supervises them. And he's like, regular size Rudy? Why do they call you regular size Rudy? And he goes, just look at me. And he's probably one of my favorite like friends of the kids. Rudy has to go in A tier, but it's a matter of where in A tier. I'm gonna put him in second because I also don't think the show would be the show without Rudy. Sergeant Bosco. I think Sergeant Bosco is like low-key underrated. That episode where they go to the mall and him and Bob shop for pants together, that episode is too funny. He's so funny in that episode. He doesn't always land for me, so I might put him, he's gonna go at the bottom of like A. I think he's gonna go right there on A. Maybe above. Because I do feel like he has a little bit more to add to the show than Marshmallow. I'm sorry, Marshmallow. Okay, we got 2 left, guys, and they're 2 of my favorite characters, Tammy and Zeke. Both of these might be S tier characters to me, to be honest, because I love any episode that Tina and Tammy are in. Like, watching the 2 of them fight is so funny to me. Like, I already said Bad Tina is one of my favorite episodes. I like when Tammy misses her cruise. Oh, I like when Tammy and Tina compete over the babysitting thing. I really do. I like her. Watching her and Tina interact is so funny to me. Tammy is definitely one of my faves. I don't know if I want to put her that high, but I do love her. Tammy is voiced by Jenny Slate, and I love Jenny Slate. I would die for Jenny Slate. She's amazing. I think I'm gonna put her above Mr. Fischoeder, because I do think in terms of like who I would miss most on the show, I would definitely miss Tammy. Zeke, I feel like Zeke, like, so underrated. They've really done such a great job to develop his character. I think the more that he's been on, the more they focused on him and made different, episodes about him. When they sneak into the school and try and make sure that Zeke doesn't get detention, or whenever he's cooking with Bob, or whenever the mascot episode. I think he's gaining more traction as a character, and I think he's really taken shape throughout the seasons, and I really like that. I like that they've given more dimensions to him, and he makes me laugh. I might put him at like the bottom of S. I like all of these characters more. But I wouldn't put him in A. I think slowly but surely he's kind of become essential to the show. And I do think I would miss him if they stopped having Zeke around. I would be like, damn. Okay, one final look, because I'm going in order. I want all of this to be in order. I want this to be my official ranking. I think D tier looks good. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to move Teddy up out of respect for Teddy, because he is very essential to the show. I already knew before I did this that Mickey was going to be the top character, because if you ask me, like, off the top of my head, like, who's your favorite side character, it's Mickey. All right, guys, this is our official ranking right here of Bob's Burgers side characters. I think I got pretty much everybody. Like I said, I left off like Mort, and there's other side characters that people might be like, oh, you didn't include this person, but I think I hit all of the major ones and a few more minor ones that I just wanted to put in there because I love them. I know tier videos were really popular back in like 2020 during the pandemic, so I'm right on trend, and I'm sure this video is going to be so popular, you guys. Now, this is just something that I wanted to do. It's my channel. You're all at my will. I'm currently at 38 subscribers, so thank you guys for that. I feel very, very honored. I'm gonna have another video next week that's probably gonna take me a little bit longer to edit, so you guys stick around for that. And yeah, I hope you're doing well. Please be kind to yourself. Show yourself some love, because you know what? I love you. See you soon. Bye!